Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Ball Players Guide. We're here at last. All the fans can stop their screaming. Joey's finally out of prison.
Oh,
Logan's finally done fighting in the Russian-Ukraine war for the bad guys. And we are here. We're back. I just got done feeding all of the sick and hungry babies. So we're
yeah, sure. I
ready
get
to
prison,
talk.
and that's what you get. Sure.
Could be worse. You could have been fighting in Russia.
Yeah.
We are going to be talking about the Minnesota Twins. You know them, you love them, you hate them, and what it's going to look like in 2026 for them. Um, it's not going to be a very positive episode because there's a lot of negatives. Um, Joey, where do you want to start?
Oh, I don't even know. Where do you start with this team? This is.
We
Oh,
want to start with I know Baldelli's gone. I think the new coaching staff got announced last week. I have that pulled up here. Obviously, Shelton got hired, and I'll talk about this a little bit later. But like he was the other finalist when Rocco got the job in 2019, and then or 2018,
19.
19, and then Rocco brought him on as his bench coach, and then they hire him back. So that's the first part of it that makes no sense to me because like what are you doing as an organization? Like if you want to bring in new ideas and new people, but it's just kind of another guy that Felvy's comfortable with and everything.
Mhm.
They brought Mackey back as pitching coach, and then I do like a couple of the hires. I like they brought in Sizemore. I like that they brought in LaTroy Hawkins for the bullpen, some MLB guys that have been around the game and good organizations and stuff. But I think overall, I'm not a fan of the manager hire. But honestly, with how everything's going, anyways, I don't know if there was a hire that would have been like that's awesome. Just because I think they have so many other issues as well. But I guess I don't know.
Yeah, there's not a name out there that you'd be like, why didn't you go get this guy or whatever? I mean, like a lot of it's like Kurt Suzuki got hired, like he's young, he's like first managerial job. So it's like, do you go that route? Do you go like the more seasoned guy who's like everything that I've heard is like he's a really good communicator. So like he's gonna be like really easily like relatable to the young guys. Like they're gonna be able to talk to him and stuff because like there's gonna be a lot of young guys on this team who are just like looking for a place to play. And like I feel like that's something to say like if you have all these young guys, like they're gonna be like searching and hunting, like trying to prove themselves. But like if you have a guy who can kind of calm them down and settle them down a little bit, I think that can help. And then like Rocco was kind of that guy, but I think after a while he was just kind of falling on deaf ears. So it's just time to maybe just get a different voice in there. I don't know.
I think Rocco. I think the locker room and the. I think he had lost it a long time ago. Like I just think the clubhouse culture had been bad for a while, in my opinion. I guess I mean that's just the vibes that I got, but
Well, you hear like the like Varland, like Louis when he left the Twins and he made that post and or his wife made the post or whatever, like at the end of the season, she was like, yeah, he said like as soon as he got here, like the culture is completely different. Like I love the culture and like everyone just like kept harping on the culture. And I think there was another player too who got traded away or left midseason, like made a comment about that other team's culture versus the Twins. So like it was clearly an issue and like all the like Correa stuff that was coming out. So hopefully we can kind of get rid of that and bring in something new and better.
I do think Correa was a bit of an issue more than he helped in most cases. Like he was a good veteran guy, leader to have, but I don't think he went about it in the right way. Because it seemed to me a lot of what he said, he just kind of overstepped Rocco and just kind of acted like he was in charge type of thing. And I think that pushed Rocco more into his office, thinking like, oh, Carlos can handle this. They can talk about it. And he just kind of made the lineup and sat there and just said
Yeah.
yes to whatever was coming from upstairs.
and it was such a weird deal. Like remember that whole thing, but like right before the trade deadline, where they're like Correa had this meeting with Rocco, and was it him
Yeah.
and it was
Yeah.
him, Correa, and Jax or whatever,
Yep.
and I was like, I don't know, that whole thing seemed weird to me.
Yeah. I think
Hopefully
it
they
was
let. Oh, go ahead, Joey.
I think it was mainly because Griffin Griffin's very emotional. You can
Yeah,
obviously tell. So I think
Yeah.
he was having trouble containing himself. So Correa offered to go in with him so that he didn't have to do it alone. But it was after, because Griffin got brought in like it wasn't even a close game. They were down by like 5 or 6. He gets brought in, gets like 1 out, and then put 2 guys on. And then I think one of them or 2 of them scored.
Yeah.
So there was like first and second or second and third, something like that. And then they brought in Cody Clemens to pitch off the bench. And so those runs were charged to Griffin because Cody gave up a home run, obviously, because he's not a pitcher.
Right.
So, and then I think in that game too, that was when he pulled Willie Castro in the middle of the game,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
expecting him to get
that was
like
weird.
an ovation or something at 1:10 on a Wednesday or something like that.
Yeah.
Like that,
4 people there.
yeah, it very odd, but
Yeah, so I don't know. I'll be curious to see like once spring training comes around and like into the beginning of the year, like how everything looks and feels and the media and how practices are structured and stuff and like how everything's handled. I think it'll be better because now that you have like Buxton and Jeffers as like the 2 main voices in the locker room, I think that's gonna be a lot better than Correa and some of the other players, I think. But
I can
Yeah,
just
and I think like how the Twins played post deadline, like you could tell like, okay, we're gonna try to steal more bases now.
mhm.
We're gonna try to go back to fundamentals, and like I mean, obviously they didn't have the roster to do anything, but
yeah,
like I think if they I think that's what Shelton has said, and that I'm sure that's what every manager says when they get a job. But like I think they're gonna try to get back to a lot of the basics and fundamentals because I feel like the Twins are probably the worst at those types of things the last year and a half, probably.
all right. So now like the team itself, what's good? I think that's the easiest one to look at because
Mhm.
it's a shorter list than what can like be done, like
Yep.
what can be fixed. Like obviously Buxton, right? Like he had a career year. Can he be healthy again? I think like he's clearly the dude in Minnesota. He's the face of the franchise. Everyone loves him. Fans love him. Like the team loves him. Like you can just tell like he's just a spark plug. What are you gonna get out of him again? And like the team's gonna go as he goes. I think even if he has like a down year offensively, because like this year he was crazy, like at expectations, if not exceeded them and then some. If he's just a little bit lower than that this year, I think that's still going to be like huge for the team. Just having him out there most every day,
Yep.
130, 140 games, just being that leader. Um, and then I mean, really after Buck, is it Keishel? Is he
Yep.
the next
Yeah,
best player? And then who? Like,
Royce probably.
but what Royce are you gonna get? Like, are
Yeah.
you
Well,
gonna
yeah,
get the Royce who's hitting grand slams every 2 minutes, or are you gonna get last year's Royce who didn't want to make like any mechanical adjustments during the year?
He
Because
did get better
he
down the stretch,
did, but like there was
but
just a lot of things coming out where it's like
Mhm.
this is like there's probably a lot of frustration with the
yeah,
results and everything, and I'm sure like the Correa like clubhouse culture like didn't help, but like everything from him, like when he got drafted all the way up to his like second year in the league, like, positive, super positive all the time, doing everything. And then last year, it was um, like it just seemed everything seemed to change. So it's
mhm.
like, what Royce are we gonna get? I guess, but
I've got the on Fangraphs the 2026 projected lineup so far, like no moves.
yeah,
Doesn't look great. So you got they have Byron Buxton in center, Larnach DHing, Keishel at second, Wallner in right, Jeffries catching. Still have Cody Clemens at first, Royce Lewis at third, Brooks Lee at short, and Austin Martin at left. And that's obviously before any moves. But I think, I mean, this whole year going to be like, how soon will Walker Jenkins come up and be like all those prospects that are close? I think that's going to be the most interesting part of the
Mhm.
season for me. I think because they're not. I don't think they're going to compete, but because I know Jenkins has had health issues for a while now. But if he can stay healthy and he can get up and get some time, if Keishol can keep developing, I think that's kind of be. I mean, that's a tough spot to be in a fan, but that's kind of what you're going to be watching for, basically.
yeah. Manuel Rodriguez, the other name probably for Twins fans to be watching. Like, when is he going to come up and make an impact? Because he just exploded in the Dominican League. Did you guys see that? Like his stats down there? He hit like
No,
300 with like 5 or 6 homers, and he had like a 1.2 OPS or something crazy like that. Like he was lighting it up down there. So like, how soon is he going to be up? Can he stay healthy? Because I mean, the right now I'm looking at Fangraphs too. The backup option in center field is Walker Jenkins. Like they don't have any other backup listed. It's him and then James Outman.
Mm.
And then in right field, the backup is Alan Roden. So like there's gonna be spots and like Walner's clearly gonna like he's gonna have his health issues like he always has. Austin Martin's only projected to play less than half the percent of the time in left. So it's like there's gonna be opportunities for these young dudes. Like, what are you gonna get? And then what the hell did the Twins do at first base?
Yeah, it's been a revolving door since Mauer retired, pretty much. Because like 19, you had Crone, 20, 21 was Sano, and then you had guys like Carlos Santana, Ty France. Like they
man.
can't develop a first baseman, and they refuse to go out and get a multi-year type of guy. But
That's almost World Series champion Ty France.
yeah, Gold Glove winner Ty
Gold Glove
France.
winner Ty France do, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like a Josh Naylor would have been so perfect for this
Mhm.
team. Like if the Twins would have been able to give him the deal the Mariners gave him, like that, what was it, 5 years, like
Five
90
for
million?
90. Yeah.
5 for 90. Yeah.
Like that would have been so perfect. He would have been an like absolutely energetic leader. Like he's a fundamental guy, like great defense, runs the bases extremely well. Like he plays with fire. Like he would have been a great leader for this team. And so like they need someone like that, like someone from the outside coming in to like help push him in that direction.
I'm also really interested on like the starting pitcher side of things. Like, because Bailey Ober was terrible last year. So like, is he like what are you getting out of him? But then you have like these guys they traded for. So you have Mick Abel, Taj Bradley. Like, what are you going to get from those two? And then obviously you have Festa still down there, but he's kind of shown that I don't think he's going to be a guy in the bigs. But I think Mick Abel and Bradley for sure. I'm sure they're gonna get a big opportunity at some point this year to prove if they can make it at this level. But
Zebby's gonna get a run, Festa's gonna get a run. But I mean, like I wouldn't be shocked if by the end of the year those two dudes are in the bullpen.
mm-hmm.
And then there's other just minor leaguers. Just what do you got, kid? Let's see it. Go eat some innings first, Travis Adams.
I think Festa needs to suck it up and go to the bullpen because I could picture him being their next Louis Varland project because he has the stuff for 2, 3 innings and then he just loses it. Like most of his starts his rookie year were like 3 innings, 4 innings, and that was it. So because like starting pitchers are the most stubborn players on a baseball field, and they refused to move to the bullpen, but it worked out really well for Louis. And I think Festa should follow in those footsteps and become the next Louis Varland if he's got the stuff, which I think he probably does for an inning or two.
I agree. I actually really like that. I wonder if I mean we can do our Louis Varland trade rant right now too. That's like out of all the
Don't
trades at the deadline, that was by far the dumbest one.
Mhm.
don't get me
Actually, I
started
agree. I
because
agree with most of them, but like that's the one that made no sense to me.
as soon as we go down that rabbit hole, we're not coming back to anything coherent. So don't get me started there yet. I still have to sound semi-intelligent for a minute, but like Zebby's only 25, Festa's only 25. So I mean, like they're young yet. Like
Mhm.
Taj Bradley's 24. Where's McAble on here? Like he's 23. Like they're young dudes. So if you can get them up there with Pablo and Joe Ryan for a full year, I mean, shit, Sim's only 24, right?
Tim, yeah,
If you
he's been
can
up for a
get
while.
them like through like a full season with some of these vets, like I think you'll be just fine. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? Like develop them for a full year because we're not going to win,
Mhm.
right? So just see what we can get, and then if by the end of the year they're not working out, move them to the pen, try a couple of these other minor league dudes, and just I mean it's going to be a Be a rough year.
David Festa just has that reliever build. Like
Yeah.
he's 6'6", just lanky. I think he should be up there in like setup guy closer talks because they don't have anybody for that.
Okay,
So
who's gonna close games? Cole Sands.
um, Eric
Shut up.
Eric Orze, the guy they just got from Tampa, he was actually solid last year.
Yeah, and he can throw.
Yeah.
Like, he's got an arm on him.
Hmm.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah, Fangraphs has Topa, Funderburg, and Sands listed as the three closers
Yeah.
technically, and then they have Orze right beneath them.
so sorry about my dog. She sees herself in the window. Yeah, I mean it's gonna be ugly, but I mean, like, what can they realistically do? Because they're not going to get any like meaningful free agents who are going to want to come here right now with a new manager just coming off a shit year. Like, they're clearly in a rebuild. So, like,
I guess
first baseman, like, go ahead, Logan.
what I was gonna say, like this offseason is gonna go two directions. They're gonna either, I mean, they're not buying, we know that, but they're either gonna full sale. That means Lopez is gone
Hmm.
and Ryan's gone, and they're really gonna start over, and they're really gonna strip down, and they're like the payroll is gonna be down to 50, 60 million, or they kind of do the typical kind of what they've done the last couple of years. Like it'll get to February and March, and they'll sign, a Harrison Bader for $5 million, maybe a
Yeah.
bullpen piece for $5 million, like something like that. Um, I would say they either full sale or they keep Pablo and Ryan, but then they make a couple moves on the edges, and that's kind of what they have to do at this point.
Yeah.
Like I don't really see them spending a lot of money, but
No, like, this is what they're going to do. They're going to do the typical, like, the Pittsburgh Pirate mold, where I'm just looking at current free agents. Like, they don't need a backup catcher because they just signed freaking Action Jackson or whatever the hell his name is. But, like, they're going to sign, like, uh, a Jonah Heim who was trash, or like Mitch Garver, reunite with him. First base, like, I could see them going to get like a Lamont Wade, Wilmer Flores, like Michael Tolia. Come on down, you're a Minnesota Twin. Like, you're gonna play 70 games. We're gonna see what you got. We need another utility guy like Willie. Kevin Biggio, come on down, you're a Minnesota Twin. And then all these guys are gonna be just flipped at the deadline.
Yeah.
They're gonna buy low on a Tim Anderson as a backup shortstop.
No, thank you.
They're
Please
gonna no. This is what they're gonna do. They're gonna bring back Ildemaro Vargas, Twins legend. Like, Christopher Morel, come on down. You're the new starting left fielder for the Minnesota Twins.
Ugh.
It's like this is what they're gonna do. Alexander Canario, don't hate that as an option.
I think
But, like,
Josh Bell is a realistic first base
yeah,
option.
who was looking up. I was just looking at dudes who had negative WAR that the Twins are gonna buy low on. Like, that's literally what my criteria was. Going down the list, who has a negative WAR? You're a Twin. Come on down. But yeah,
I had the same outlook kind of that Logan did. Two options, the soft buy, and then in my notes I have commit to the bit and sell off everybody. That's what I wrote.
I think that would be such a bad decision if they sold off their vets, because, like, you need someone to teach these young kids like what to do. So, like, especially on the pitching staff, like, they need a veteran reliever of some kind, because who's their oldest reliever right now?
Topa,
Topa?
probably.
How old is Topa? He's 34. So it's him and then, like, Funderburk at 29 or 28, however old he is. Like, they don't have vets really, like, who have been around the block, who have had success. It's like, you need these guys to be in the organization.
If I
Oh
have to
man.
see Pearson Ole pitch innings again this year, I'm out on that.
One of
Like
the
he's listed in their bullpen right now, I think.
one of their one guys that did well post deadline, Cody Lyerson. They let him go. I think they designated him and the Angels claimed him, but he had like a sub 2 ERA. It was a short sample, but still, the one guy that showed promise, they were like, "Yeah, no, we'll catch you later."
5 games, 7 2/3 innings, 1.17 ERA.
Mhm.
131 FIP though, it's a little
Yeah.
high. Yeah, I mean 27 years old, 6'4", 205, big dude. Go ahead, Angels, have him for fun. Have him for free.
Does the Twins being in the Field of Dreams game, does that excite you guys or
No.
not?
No,
Or do you just feel bad for baseball that they have to watch the Phillies and Twins play in that game?
I feel bad for whatever sorry sad sack pitcher they're going to throw out there to get absolutely shellacked by Bryce Harper, Alec Bohm, like Harrison Bader when he returns back to the Phillies on a 2-year, $15 million deal. I mean, they're just going to be launching nukes into the corn. Like it's going to be ugly. Am I going to watch it? Yeah. Am I going to binge drink afterwards? No, because we don't do that here and we don't condone that. But maybe it's an option.
Everyone on the promo poster in my offseason plan A, I guess. I don't know how to word it because it would not be my plan A, but I think it's what they're going to do. Everyone on that poster is gone by opening
Buck.
day.
Except Buck,
I
right?
can't.
Buxton, Jeffers, Lewis, Pablo, and Joe Ryan were on the poster, and Royce. If I didn't say Royce already,
I don't think so.
I I think they have to because it's just going to be one of those things where okay, they trade Pablo. Now Buxton's sitting there like, what am I doing here? So he's like, all right, I want out. And then Joe Ryan's sitting there like, oh, I don't want to be here if those two are gone. So then they're going to move him. Jeffers and Royce, I think Royce probably should get traded just for his own sake because I think he could be much better outside of Minnesota. And Jeffers is in the last year of ARB, I think. So he'll be a free agent anyway. So I think they cash in on him this offseason. And yeah,
I would like it for Royce's sake. The Twins won't do it just because they'd be selling at an all-time low. They just wouldn't they wouldn't be able to get anything for him, which
well,
sucks. But
I I packaged him with Joe Ryan in a trade to the Red Sox because the Red Sox are losing Bregman, and I think they'll get somebody else for the infield and not bring Bregman back, so they'll have a hole at third. And I think a trade like that gets the Twins somebody like Jaron Duran, which would feel bad for him, but they I think the Red Sox say yes to that sort of deal.
Oh, for sure. Any
Joe Ryan
package
and
that you
Royce,
can get
yeah,
for Joe Ryan,
hmm
I think right now you take it.
yeah.
at least send him to the Cubs. I mean, if you're trading
Well,
Joe Ryan,
the Red Sox just love this guy so much that I
yeah,
don't see a way spring training comes around that he's not a Red Sox at this point.
Yeah. Joe Ryan for Owen Casey, who says no.
that would be good for that would be good for both. I mean, that would be good for both sides. Actually, I wouldn't mind. Like, I would like that as a Cubs fan, but
I mean, the only thing with the Cubs is that was this turning into a Cubs pod. They have Ian Happ for one more year, and then like, are they going to bring him back? Probably
probably
not.
not.
Would be my guess. So then Casey just slots into left.
Yeah. Well, Seiya's got 1 year left too, right? Or is it two?
I don't know, but either way, like you just
Yeah.
throw him in a corner outfield
Yeah.
spot, and then put another Japanese player in the other one.
But I do agree, Joe. I think if one of them's gone, like if they decide to trade Joe Ryan, then I think it's very, very likely that the other two are gone as well.
You just
And
have to,
I would, yeah.
yeah, you just have to go for it. If you move one, you have to move all of them. Like people are saying they think they'll move one of Ryan or Lopez, but I think you just have to go into it completely and tear it down if you're going to go that route. Because like even if one of them gets traded, I still think one of them makes a call and says, "Why am I still here? Get me
Yeah.
out of here."
And for them, like I don't know why you would want to stay either. Like go somewhere where you
Yeah,
can win. Like you're not getting any younger.
and yeah, the Red Sox are a perfect fit because they're chasing the Blue Jays. I might put them ahead of the Yankees as of now, probably. And I think adding Joe Ryan pushes them firmly above the Yankees right now.
For sure. All right, we got about 6 minutes left in this free Zoom meeting. Joey, what other moves do you have the Twins making? And then Logan and I will just do like a quick, like, yeah, sounds good, like
Okay.
a ding or a.
Yeah. Just let me know if it fits both teams and makes sense. So,
Okay.
first one, I had Ryan Jeffers to the Yankees. They need a righty catcher to pair with Austin Wells or Ben Rice, whichever route they go. And I think Jeffers at Yankee Stadium would
He'd
be
bang.
pretty fun to watch.
He'd bang. Yeah.
I also included Trevor Larnach in this trade right away to replace Trent
Yeah.
Grisham, but Grisham's back, so that threw that piece out of the window.
Yep, and I wanted to actually bring up Larnach. I was surprised. I thought the Twins were going to non-tender him,
Mm-hmm.
so they must think he has a little bit of value because there's no way he's a starting left fielder next year.
No,
They're not
I
trotting
think
him.
he
They're
is
not
straight up.
trotting him back out there. He might DH for a little bit, but then get traded. But like,
Mhm.
I just don't see.
I mean, right now, Fangraphs has him listed as their starting DH. Like,
Yeah,
but he's a 99 OPS plus last year, 101 in his career. I mean, he's going to get you 15 to 20 home runs, hit you 240 to 250. I mean, get on base at a 323 clip in his career. Like, he's just an average left fielder. Like, if you slotted him in, like, he's not a top of the order guy, but you have him hitting like seven for like the Yankees or Blue Jays or like the Mariners. Like if he's hitting like that's you want that. Like that's a good
yeah,
hitter to have, but he just doesn't fit on the Twins right now. I like him.
no, yeah. But like you said, like how the Twins are currently constructed and like what we need to see, like we know what Trevor Larnach is. Like that, like what you just laid out right there, like he is about as average as it gets. That's not a bad thing. But like the Twins
Yeah.
would rather have those at bats go to people that like you need to build up the young guys and you need to try something new because like you're
Mm-hmm.
not going to win. So like you may as well give those in bats to somebody give somebody a new shot that hasn't gotten the
Yeah.
opportunity yet.
Throw Outman out there, see what he's got. Throw Walker Jenkins out there, see what he's got. Manuel Rodriguez when he gets up here. Like, yeah.
The only problem with those, do you know what, including Alan Roden on this conversation, do you know what all of them have in common?
Lefties.
Yep, they all bat left-handed.
Uh,
So that they love their left-handed hitting outfielders. It's been this way for so long.
you know
And
who's a right-handed hitting outfielder?
Buxton,
Austin Martin, who I love. I think the Twins need to run him out there as their starting left fielder. I think he is a great ball player. I think he can be
yeah,
really, really helpful for him.
I think like on a good team, he'd be your perfect guy off the bench that can
yeah,
play infield spots, like and then the outfield. Like as a starter, like next year, that's fine. Like, but
I
I
think
do
he
really
should
think he
be.
would be a perfect bench guy for like a decent Minnesota Twins team.
He'd be perfect for hitting right behind Shohei Ohtani, protecting him in the lineup.
yeah.
All right, Joe, we got.
Shohei doubles, and he can bunt him over to third, and then he's done.
All right, Joey, we got 3 minutes. You got one more move
Okay,
for us?
I got a
Which
lot
one do
more.
you like that's like, ooh, saucy, spicy?
Okay, well, this one I felt was a lock because this team goes for this type of guy. I had Pablo to the Angels, but
Oh,
That would be so the Angels. That would be
exactly.
so the
This
oh.
Angels.
this is the type of guy that they're all over and they're gonna waste the rest of his contract. But
I hate that for Pablo. Get
yeah,
out of here. No.
the
Do you have
deal
like do you have like a deep cut reliever or infielder that the Twins are going to sign in like
I
February or March?
I have them bringing back Ryan Presley on a minor league deal.
I can see
Okay.
that.
They were going in on him after he got released by the Cubs, but he
Yeah.
didn't sign. Um, Scott Alexander, lefty, been solid. He was in Colorado last year, so his numbers don't look good last year, but he's been
Yep.
solid. Um, Cody Ponce was their splash for me. I had him 2 years for 20 coming over from the KBO. Sub 2 ERA, 252 strikeouts in 180 innings. And I think it's like the perfect Eric Fetty type move where they sign him as trade bait, basically. And if you get something solid out of him, great. And worst case scenario, you're out 20 mil. over 2 years. Also, maybe have them getting like an Adrian Hauser, Austin Gomber, Andrew Heaney type guy just to fill in for half a year. And that's a hard maybe. I'm not that confident in that.
Yep.
And then I think if Buxton goes, I think the only place he can go is Atlanta. So I have Buxton to the Braves if all of these happen as well.
Would love that for Buxton, actually.
Yeah, because they lose Ozuna at DH. They have Profar, who is not good in the field. So you just put Profar to the DH, probably Michael Harris to left, Buck in center. You have one of the best outfields in the game. So
That'd be gross.
yeah.
All right, fellas. I think this is a good debut pod. It's not a debut. Returned pod.
Come back.
Come back. There we go. We're obviously going to get way deeper into the Twins later. We can do a deeper dive into your moves at some point. This is just a little taste for the little fishies out there nibbling at our podcast, our little fishy food. All right, Joey, I know you said you had to go punch some babies. So, all right. Well, I don't know how we end this anymore. So I guess we'll just see you guys next time.
Sure. Yeah, that'll work.
Perfect. See you, boys.